Didn't you see anyone in the area?
No, there's no one in the corridors.
Dennis?
How many cups on the coffee table?
Same
Well, someone.
3.
I want the two of you to
dizziness?
start checking, see if anyone left their work
Sore
area.
spots, apart from your neck, I mean.
But be
Oh,
safe.
just my knee a little bit, but it's quite all right. Can I go back to work now?
Yes, I know. Just do the best you can.
Right, we'll go to it now.
How is she?
Well, there are no visible signs, but any loss of consciousness is serious. I'd advise a full examination at Wentworth General.
It won't be necessary, Governor. I'm quite well enough to go back to work now.
That's not the point. You could be suffering from concussion.
I doubt it.
Just the same. You know the department's ruling on this. There has to be a full medical report.
Yes, all right. I'll go when I finish my shift. Will that do?
Okay.
Right. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I must have walked into the library.
Must have. Don't you remember?
Of course I do.
Well, why were you going to the library?
I was patrolling the corridor and I heard a noise.
What sort of noise?
I don't know. I just went to check it out. That's all I can remember.
But you said you went into the library. That's where you were found.
And I suppose I did. Sorry, I'm just a bit hazy at the moment.
I really think she should have that examination.
Yes, I agree. Make an appointment for her this afternoon. I'll have a taxi booked to take her to the hospital.
Here, the hospital. All right, thank you.
Let's find out what we can about the freak.
Speak of the devil. Move out. Quietly. Now. Grapevine tells me you thought I was dead, Kelly.
Yeah, well, it was good while it lasted.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, because you're going to pay for it. If you think you can stop me testifying as
Oh,
easily as
come
that...
off it. I didn't do it.
Oh, of course you didn't.
I bloody didn't. And I can prove it. I was in the laundry all morning. You asked Miss Gorman. She was in the corridor with that workman. I don't know, but don't blame it on me.
Not only that, she wants it labelled and packed, and would you believe she's going to take it with her?
When is the big day?
Tomorrow, so that's why we're rushing tonight.
Oh, I wouldn't envy you that. Is there anything I can do? No, thanks. I'll be okay.
Big Joan, you'll flood us out. Big Joan.
I turned that off.
Yes, it must have turned itself on again.
You all right?
Yes, of course I am. It's that tap. It's done it before.
Yes, well, don't forget your appointment at the hospital. I've ordered a taxi, so you...
I don't need a taxi.
I'd rather you took one. Draw the fare from petty cash in the morning, would you?
Whatever you say, Governor.
Good night.
Well, the x-rays are all clear. No fractures.
Thought so. Told them this would be a waste of time.
Well, it's hardly that. You were concussed. Even a few moments unconsciousness can be serious.
Yes. Well, now, is there a compo form or something that I have to sign?
Just a moment, I haven't finished yet. Is your vision still okay?
Perfect. 1 pen and 1 pencil.
Any strange sensations like dizziness or loss of concentration?
No, nothing like that.
Are you sure?
Quite sure, Doctor. Now, if you would sign whatever it is you have to sign, I can get home.
All right. But if anything goes wrong...
Certainly, I'll be right back to see you.
All right. Good night.
You better move, love. We'll be dumping a ton of stuff here in a minute. You all right, lady? Hey, Blue, get over here.
What's up?
Something the matter with her. She's in a trance or something. Come on, love, snap out of it. Yeah, that's done it.
Feeling all right, love?
Yes. What is this place?
Number 5. There's a passenger ship on one. Is that what you wanted? Bloody nutcase.
She just wanted to tell me something about the wedding, that's all.
Still wasting time with the girly talk, are we, eh? Chatting about weddings when you should be working.
Yeah, we were just taking bits on what you was going to wear.
Again, Kelly? I didn't quite hear... Miss
Ferguson?
What the hell was all that about? Either she was pulling a shifty. Bugging if I know what she's up to. What have you lost? What? Anything wrong? No, I was just thinking of something. Well, not good. What are you staring at? Nothing. Going through? Take it out of me.
You know, I've been thinking. That thing of Fry asking you to give evidence against Joan, that's a huge responsibility.
Why do you think Fry gave it to me? As much as I know Joan deserves to be booted out of the service, I'm not really looking forward to compiling the evidence against her. But at least this time the push to get rid of her is coming directly from the department, so we can expect their support when the time comes.
What's wrong? Nothing?
Sure, you look a bit pale.
Oh, just a bit of a headache. I'm fine.
If you want to sit down, I'll do lock up for you.
Why, so you can tell everyone I can't do my job properly?
Forget I spoke.
I just can't believe that it's happened. I don't think it's hit me yet.
Well, if I was you, I would not be complaining.
I'm not, believe me.
Strange.
What?
Well, she shut the door, but I didn't hear it locked, did you?
Oh, I don't know, honey. I wasn't listening.
Look, we can't just go to bed and miss an opportunity like this. I've got a great idea. Why don't we get some food and we'll go to the rec room and then we can...
You heard Myra, it's a trap.
Oh, bull. I reckon the freak's just getting a bit absent-minded and I am going to make the most of it. Don't wait up for me.
Well, you've got a lot of explaining to do.
Oh, you're hurting, please. I wasn't doing nothing.
Escaping from your cell after lock-up, you call that doing nothing?
But I didn't escape. You left the door unlocked.
Now you watch it. You're in quite enough trouble.
But you did, and Myra's too. If you don't believe me, you just got to check. You did.
Did you breathe one word of this? Just one. I'm going to make you wish you were dead. Is that clear?
Yeah.
Now get in there.
Lady, I haven't got all day.
What are we doing here?
Well, you told me to stop here. This is where you asked for.
No, Flemington. I want to go to Flemington.
Now, look. There's already $22 on the clock. Flemington's going to cost you another 10.
I'll give you $32 if and when we get there.
And you say the accused lured you to the cell with the specific intention to do you harm?
Objection.
Sustained.
I'll rephrase the question. Miss Ferguson, you were brought to the cell under false pretenses.
Yes. I've been told there was an accident.
Could you tell the court what happened when you entered?
Kelly, the accused, was waiting for me with a homemade gun.
And is this the weapon, Miss Ferguson?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd like to present Exhibit B. Now, Miss Ferguson, You see, the accused was waiting for you with a gun in hand.
That's right. She said she was going to kill me and another prisoner. I tried to talk her out of it, but she pulled the trigger.
So, it's only your word against the prisoners. Am I correct, Miss Ferguson?
Yes, but
A
considering...
simple yes is enough, thank you.
The accused has been nothing but trouble since she came to Wentworth. Racketeering,
Ferguson.
escape attempts, and brutality to other inmates.
Your Honour, I must insist that be struck from the record.
Members of the jury, disregard the witness's last statement. Miss Ferguson, please confine your answers to the questions asked.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry, Your Honour.
Miss Ferguson, could you explain why you have been in continual trouble, not only with your own department, but also with the police?
Objection. The witness is not on trial here.
It's relevant to our case, Your Honour. Considering this witness's testimony is all my learned friend here has to prove his case, then I consider the credibility of that testimony should be examined.
Overruled. Go on, Mr. Morse.
Miss Ferguson, is it a fact that you were charged with bashing a prisoner so badly that she was put in intensive care? And it's not the first time you've been under suspicion for brutality towards prisoners, is it, Miss Ferguson?
Sorry?
Objection, Your Honour. Counsel is badgering the witness.
Overruled. Answer the question, Miss Ferguson.
Well, Miss Ferguson, do you deny the charges as laid against you by Rebecca King?
No, of course not. But surely counsel is aware that I was cleared of that charge.
Ah, yes, but that was your word against the prisoners. Again, wasn't it?
For heaven's sake. False accusations and blackmail are just part of the job when you deal with the criminal element. I'm surprised you even raised that matter, considering your line of work.
She's lying. The bitch is lying. She nearly killed Ken and she threatened to do the same to me.
You'll never learn, will you, Kelly?
You come to gloat some more, have you?
Wouldn't waste my time. Now give me your clothes.
Get in yourself.
She's had a rough day. 7 more years is a long sentence to face.
She should have thought of that before she tried to kill me.
All right. You look like you could do with some time off.
Sister, we may have had a few chats, but don't overstep the mark, because you'll be treated like everybody else in this zoo.
Sorry. Didn't mean to be familiar. It's just that the daily pressures you face here are bound to take their toll. Surely the department will give you leave under the circumstances.
Leave? If they thought I was cracking under the strain, they'd jump at the chance to make it permanent.
Meg Morris was saying earlier this morning, Joan, that perhaps you could do with a bit of a rest.
Oh, did she now? And what else have you been planning behind my back?
Well, nothing. We just thought a
Oh,
few
yes,
days...
I'll bet you did. Well, you can tell Meg Morris and her cohorts it's going to take a lot more than a few suggestions to get rid of me.
What's the matter?
We were at...
It's happened before. She's not with us.
Can't believe it.
Obviously, that bump on the head was worse than I thought. There's got to be some way we can use it.
So what's going on?
We're going to get the freak, and you're going to help.
Heard that story before.
Look, if we don't try, it'll never happen. She's having some sort of memory lapse or something, I don't know, but whatever it is, it throws her for a loop. Now, does that match up with what happened in court today?
Yeah?
Good. We have to pick the right moment, and we have to be quick.
Yeah, will probably never happen then.
It'll happen.
Where do I come into it anyway?
You're going to be bashed, Kelly. I mean, I owe you that, don't I? But it's going to look like the freak did it. So it'll have to be good.
What's up?
Nothing you should know.
Hell, she's coming.
Okay, everyone, just act normal and let's see what happens.
Oh, what the hell's going on?
Please, love, go back to your cell. You stay where you are, Kelly.
No, the top dog's barking well today, isn't she? Okay, where's Corbett?
She went to see Sister.
Any excuse to get out of kitchen duty. Okay, I need a volunteer for...
I don't believe it. All right, this is it, Kelly. Grab her.
Where are you going, Desmond?
Getting a book, Miss Ferguson.
Must be some book to be in such a hurry. Hello, Jenkins, get to the kitchen.
Oh, get out. I was on laundry all morning.
So right to your union.
Shut you, kid bitch. What do you expect me to do? Stand there with my bloody chin out?
You screwed it up.
Oh, Struce, she only went out for a second. How the hell do you think you're going to lay me out that quick?
How quiet, isn't it? Smells better too since some of the scum have gone. Quite an improvement. Though someone hasn't been doing their job, who was supposed to clean the floor today? Talking to you, Patterson.
Oh, I don't know, Miss Ferguson, wasn't me.
Then you'd better hurry up and do it, hadn't you?
Got to get some more stuff, Mr. Ferguson.
Bloody stupid, she'll snap out of it in a minute.
Myra, no.
Get a screw! Oh!
And you just wouldn't recognise it. Oh, and a new Mercedes, I might add.
Well, good for her. It's about time our Jude shared in some of the limelight. I can just see her.
Quick! In the laundry! It's Ferguson. She's going out of her brain.
Careful, it could be a leg foot.
If Joan's involved, we can't afford to take a chance. All right, everyone, now look shocked.
That won't be hard.
Lou?
What's wrong? What's happened to Kelly?
You should know, Ferguson. You nearly bashed the life out of her.
No.
They're coming.
Done it this time, Ferguson.
Miss Ferguson bashed her.
I don't know.
Do I take it you're denying the allegation? Miss Ferguson,
I'm sorry.
I asked you a question. Are you denying it?
No, I'm just trying to think.
There's no thinking required. Did you or did you not attack Lou Kelly? All right, then. You told Meg you were confused. What did you mean? Did you break up a fight? Perhaps someone else hit her.
I don't know. I can't remember what happened.
In that case, you leave me no choice but to suspend you from duty pending a full inquiry. You realize the consequences if it goes against you?
Yes. Sorry.
Dennis, perhaps you'd take her to the staff room, would you?
Yes, sure.
And make sure she has no contact with any of the prisoners. It's for your own protection. Any word on Kelly yet?
She's with Sister Hall. She'll be all right.
Well, let me know when she's finished. I want to speak to her.
Right.
Meg, what do you think about all this?
Well, the department wanted to get rid of her. Looks like they've got their chance.
Perhaps.
She was caught red-handed. What more evidence do you need?
Yes, but why would she attack Kelly in front of all those witnesses and then not even deny it?
Well, she's been under a lot of strain.
You think she totally lost control or just snapped?
It's possible. It could happen to anyone.
Yes, well, this time it happened to Joan Ferguson, and the women will be after blood. We're going to have to play this one strictly by the book.
Ferguson, just going to make myself a cup of coffee.
You've been with Kelly, haven't you?
Oh, she's going to be all right. She's talking with Mrs. Reynolds now.
It's not knowing. That's the hardest part.
Sorry?
I'd cope if I knew what happened.
You say you don't remember?
I remember walking into the laundry. The floor was dirty. And I told Patterson to clean it up. And then...
Then what?
Kelly was on the floor.
Did she say anything? Provoke you in any way?
I'm sure she was there. But she didn't say anything or draw attention to herself.
But she must have. Otherwise, what could have happened?
Getting these headaches. Blinding headaches.
Can I get you something for it?
Thank you.
Kelly can be vicious. I remember when she escaped, I thought she was going to kill me.
At least you can remember what happened.
Let me make you a nice cup of tea.
Miss Ferguson. Miss Ferguson. Miss Ferguson.
What? I'm sorry. Will that be all?
Yes, that'll be all. Open and shut case, if you ask me. She didn't even raise a finger to defend herself.
I'll reserve judgment till we've heard from the prisoners.
All right, have to go through the motions, I suppose.
Desmond and Kelly are outside. Who do you want to see first?
Let's have them both together.
But they'll just back each other up.
Well, unless we speed things up, we'll be here all night. Both of them, Mr. Cookshank.
Desmond, Kelly.
Both know Mr. Fry?
Yes.
Okay, Kelly. Suppose you tell us exactly what happened this afternoon.
I'm sorry, Joan, but you're supposed to stay in the staff room. The governor doesn't want you to talk to anyone.
And so I have no option but to conclude that the evidence points overwhelmingly to your guilt.
Mr. Fry, I should have mentioned this earlier, but... Look, some very strange things have been happening lately.
It's rather an understatement, isn't it?
No, I simply haven't been well. I've found myself in places and not known how I've got there. Like memory lapses. Now, that must have happened this afternoon because I can't remember what happened.
Very convenient for you.
No, wait a minute. There may be something in it. Miss Ferguson was bashed recently. I sent you a report, if you remember.
Of course I do. I also remember that the doctor gave her a clear bill of health. This is nothing more than a desperate last-minute attempt to save her skin.
No, that's not true.
Look, why don't we defer judgment pending a medical examination?
Well, why didn't you report this earlier?
I was afraid it might affect my career.
Yes, well, you don't have to worry about that anymore, because I'm dismissing you. You have 15 minutes to clear out your things.
Miss Ferguson is no longer employed by the department.
Joan, I heard what happened. I'm sorry.
Don't waste your breath. Not in the least bit sorry to see me go. No one is. It's a mistake.
And thumping a prisoner was hardly a mistake, Joan. You should know that.
I didn't.
Make yourself comfortable, Mrs. Collins. We won't keep you waiting too long.
Is Dr. Leary here yet, nurse?
He'll be here in a few minutes, Miss Ferguson. But there are other patients ahead of you.
Yes, of course.
268.
Morning, sister. Who have we got this? Miss Ferguson. Are you here to see me?
Yes, Doctor. There's something wrong, and I don't know what.
I think we better take a look at you right away.
Excuse me. Doctor, there are 2 patients ahead of Miss Ferguson.
Thank you, sister. This one's urgent.
Dr. McIntyre to reception, please, Dr. McIntyre.
Well, Doctor?
Well, you've located the problem.
Is it serious?
Sit down and I'll explain.
Nurse Watson, required X-ray department.
That knock you received to the head has caused a chronic subdural hematoma. Now, that's not as bad as it sounds. What it means is that you have a small blood clot causing bleeding into the brain.
Can it be fixed?
It's a delicate operation, but we can minimize the risks with immediate surgery.
Brain surgery?
Yes, now, it's not as horrendous as it sounds, though.
And what if I don't have the operation?
You'll undergo progressive deterioration, more headaches, possibly paralysis, and even death.
And, if I have this operation, is it likely to be successful?
Yes, it's a well-practiced technique.
Is it dangerous?
There's an element of risk in all surgery, Miss Ferguson, but without it...
Don't have any choice, do I? When do you want to operate?
Right away. The sooner we get to it, the better. Is there any reason why you can't be admitted immediately?
No.
Good. Now, when did you last eat?
Oh, I haven't had anything today, just a cup of tea.
Fine, then we don't have to wait before we anaesthetize you. Do you smoke?
Yes, why?
It's just that smokers sometimes have problems under general anaesthetic. It's handy to know in advance.
Oh.
Now, if you'd like to head off down to the general admissions desk, I'll make the necessary arrangements.
Thank you.
Yes, sister, what is it?
I think it's time you heard the truth, Mrs. Reynolds.
The truth about what?
Miss Ferguson. She didn't bash Lou Kelly.
What do you mean?
The women framed her so they could get rid of her.
Have you known about this all the time?
Yes,
And yet you allowed matters to go this far.
The women told me to stay out of it. I knew what was happening, but I wasn't sure what to do.
I shouldn't have thought that to present a problem to someone with your sense of justice and fair play.
I'm sorry. I could see the women's side, too. I had to wrestle with my conscience.
Well, now that you've come to terms with it, you'd better tell me everything.
It was a setup. Miss Ferguson's been having some kind of blackouts, and the women used that against her.
You're down for immediate surgery. Are you in pain?
No.
Would you rather sit down while we finish this?
Let's just get on with it, shall we?
Certainly, Miss Ferguson. Do you have your Medicare card with you? Yes.
Nurse Simpson to emergency. Nurse Simpson, at once, please. Emergency ward.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next of kin?
None.
Well, we need a relative or a friend's name, just in case.
There isn't anyone.
There must be someone you want to
There's no one.
Doctor's right.
Well, I think that's all. Oh, I need to know your occupation.
I'm a prison officer. I'm unemployed.
Right then. But if you'd like to take a seat, someone will be along to take you to a ward shortly.
Blood pressure?
130/90 and steady.
The brain is collapsed. I'll inflate now. Brain needle? Syringe?
I think you're going too fast. The blood pressure's rising.
Pulse dropping.
150/100. (170/110). 190/120. 200/130.
All right, let's leave it for a moment.
180/120. 130/100.
Pulse becoming regular.
120/90. Stable.
Pulse regular.
Fine, let's get on with it, shall we?
I think it's time we tried the hospitals.
I'd better see the servant.
I hope Joan's all right, for all our sakes.
I feel sick.
Don't worry, it's just the anaesthetic. You'll be all right. The bus is here if you need me. Oh, by the way, your friend rang, said she'd come and see you later.
Friend?
Yes, Mrs. Reynolds. Nice lady.
Don't want to see her.
Oh, but she's coming.
I don't want any visitors, especially from Wentworth.
But surely...
There's no one I want to see. Please, just let me rest.
And so I had to tell them the truth. Not just for you, but for myself. You trusted me. I had no right to betray that trust.
Seems as though I have to thank you again.
It's not necessary.
Strange, isn't it? They've tried so many times to get rid of me. Now it seems as though they've finally managed it. I can't see Fry backing down. And you know something? I don't think I even care enough to fight him over the dismissal.
Does your job really mean that much to you? Isn't it more important that you know you've got nothing to feel guilty about?
Perhaps. But I'll need a little time to think about that one.
I brought you something to read. I thought it might help.
Saint Dismas.
He was one of the thieves who was crucified with Christ. He repented and was promised a seat at God's right hand.
Oh?
He's quite a character.
Is this meant to be symbolic?
It's meant to be comforting. He found his reward in heaven.
You think I might too? Oh, I'm not sure of anything anymore. You see, sister, I am what I am. I can't be someone else or something else.
Then be true to what you are, Miss Ferguson, and leave room for what you might become. I must go.
Sister, I owe you.
The women at Wentworth, if you go back there, please try to forgive them. Help them. I'll pray for both of us.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Reynolds, but she won't see you.
There's not much I can do about it then, is there?
No, I'm afraid not.
If I wrote a note, would you give it to
I'd
her?
have to know what was in it. Sorry, Mrs. Reynolds, but I can't have her being upset.
Yes, I understand. I just want to let her know that she's to be reinstated. And, well, she'll understand.
I hope so. She hasn't been the easiest patient.
Here you are. I'll wait if you don't mind. Is she gone?
It's all right, Miss Ferguson. She's not coming in. She did leave this note, though.
Don't leave it there. I don't want it.
I think you should read
Look, I have told you I want to be left alone. I don't want to have anything to do...
All right, now calm down. I'll give her the note and I'll ask her to leave.
And tell her I don't want to see anyone else from the department. Not anyone.
For the last time, my name's Andrew Fry, and I'm the head of the Department of Corrective Services, and I am this woman's superior. I will see her.
I'm sorry, Miss Ferguson.
It's all right, nurse. I'll see him.
Well, it's a pity you didn't offer Mrs. Reynolds the same courtesy.
Mr. Fry, yesterday afternoon I was on an operating table having brain surgery. So apart from not feeling very well,
Yes,
I
but
saw
you-
no reason why I should see anyone who connived to have me wrongfully dismissed, and that includes you.
Be damned, and don't take that line with me, Ferguson.
With due respect, Mr. Fry, I'll take any line I choose. You, Reynolds, Wentworth, the department don't mean a thing to me anymore. Now, if you've got some papers for me
Now,
to sign...
don't be a fool, woman. You've been reinstated. That's what Anne Reynolds wanted to tell you. Well?
Isn't it a pity that people didn't believe me earlier? Especially you.
Yes, well, I'm sure we can rectify all that. Now, as soon as you start back...
No. If I start back.
What?
That's right, Mr. Fry. I'm not sure I want to go back. See, things have happened. Things that have made me question my priorities. Thank you very much for coming to see me. I'll let you know when I've made my decision.
But why not come?
Bye, Mr. Fry. Hello? What's the matter?
My Teddy's run away.
Oh, I don't think so. He was just playing hide and seek.
Naughty Teddy. Who are you?
My name's Joan.
My name's Tracy.
Hello, Tracy. And what are you doing in here?
They're gonna do something to my head, 'cause I keep on getting dizzy.
Oh?
Will that hurt me?
Oh, no, the doctors are very clever. I've had an operation just like that.
And did they hurt you?
No. But now I'm all better again.
They're gonna make me better this morning.
Time for your injection, Tracy. Hello, Miss.
That's Joan.
Hello, Joan. This will make you feel a bit sleepy.
Then you can go and see the doctor.
There we are now. Just relax. There. That didn't hurt, did it?
A bit.
That's a good girl. I'll come back and see you soon.
I think I'd better go too.
My mum reads me a story before I go to sleep.
And you'd like me to read your story too, huh?
Yes, please.
Okay.
My mummy and daddy are coming to see me after I've seen the doctor. My daddy's bringing me a present for being a good girl.
Well, that's lovely.
Did your daddy bring you a present?
No.
You must have been a naughty girl then.
Yeah, I suppose I was.
I'm going to read you a story tomorrow. Promise you'll come and see me?
Of course I will.
We're ready for you now, Tracy. Time to get you ready to see the doctor. Perhaps you better go now.
Can't Joan stay?
Just for a minute.
Oh, all right, I guess.
Thank you. Would you like me to look after Teddy for you?
Yes, please. Make sure he eats up all his food.
Of course I will. And you're not to worry. Everything will be fine.
Put your arms out. Good girl.
I'm a bit frightened.
There's no need to be. You go to sleep, and when you wake up, you'll be all better. And I'll be there to see you as soon as I can.
You're my best friend.
Can I help you?
Yes, the little girl Tracy who's in here. Has she come back yet?
Are you a relative?
No, I'm a friend. Have they taken her to intensive care? Well, if they have, I'm sure they wouldn't mind me seeing her. I know it'd cheer her up.
Look, Miss
Joan.
Joan, it was a very difficult operation, as I expect you know. I'm afraid it was too much for the little girl.
What are you doing, Miss Ferguson?
You're supposed to be resting at this time of the day.
Now come along and Sister will help you back to bed.
I don't need any help and I don't need any more rest. I simply want to go home.
That's absolute nonsense.
Look, I'm
Come on,
not staying and you can't make me.
You've just had a very dangerous operation.
Aren't all operations?
What do you mean?
It's just as easy to die in hospital, Doctor, as it is at home. I've seen that proved today.
You're being quite irrational. Now, you're not going to die, but if you don't get some
I'm
rest...
discharging myself, Doctor. You give me the necessary papers. I just want to get out of here. Morning, Mrs. Slattery. Mr. Crookshank.
You're certain you're well enough to work so soon?
I wouldn't be here otherwise.
Your doctor knows you're at work?
Yes. I have been meaning to phone and thank you for clearing things with the department.
You are being framed. I will not tolerate that sort of thing while I'm in charge. You'll find there have been quite a few changes since you were away.
Yes, I'm delighted to hear you've introduced new disciplinary measures.
They are not new, but they are being followed now.
You think it's wise allowing Ballinger all those privileges, then?
That's a departmental decision. It's not your place to question it. There have been too many people bending the rules to suit themselves, and it is going to stop.
You implying that I bend the rules?
You have on several occasions. But if you put one step out of line, I will personally throw you out.
Now, if that's all I've got work to do.
Where do you think you're going?
To the toilet.
What's your name?
Laura Flynn.
Right, Flynn. You're any longer than 5 minutes, you'll be on a charge. Well, what have we got here? Patterson and Kelly. It's nice to see you both. I am Miss Ferguson. Names?
May Collins.
Willie Beecham?
Name?
Me?
That's who I'm looking at.
Daphne Graham.
You over there. I said you, don't try and hide. What's your name?
Her name's Julie Egbert.
Oh, and does she have a tongue?
Yes.
Get out of my way.
She's just a kid. She's terrified. Give her a break.
I said get out of my way.
I thought I'd be out of here by now.
Not according to the book. The governor says that's how things are going to be run around here from now on. Outside. Good to see you, Desmond. I was beginning to think I'd never have that pleasure again.
You'd be a fool to try anything.
Good friend of yours came to visit
Mrs.
me.
Reynolds will be watching every move you make.
Sister Selby. Passed on your kind regards. Interesting woman, Sister Selby. Gave me a lot to think about.
Is that so?
Made me understand that it's hard work being a Christian. You know, having to forgive and forget. Wouldn't you agree, Desmond? Turning the other cheek? Yeah, hard work. But she seemed convinced that it was all worth the effort in the long run. Maybe I should try it.
If you have something to say, Miss Ferguson...
Patience, Desmond, patience. It's a virtue, isn't it?